Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessie Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
What is SMN?
What does SMN mean?
S-N-M.
Oh.
I thought he said SMN.
I did too.
Yeah. Maybe you did.
But wait,
I
what's
didn't.
it? What's an S&M voice?
Yeah. Is it just like sexy? Spank me
Yeah,
or
I'd have
something?
to say more rough and more.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we were talking about talking quietly. Why would you say use your S&M voice?
He said, for all I care. Like, you can do that for all I care.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Right.
I'm
I
glad
like
that
to
we're-
think that I use an S&M voice all the time then. Because I'm like, do this. Do that.
Get down on your knees.
Go clean the
Let me
bathroom.
Whip you with this thing.
Pick your shit up. So,
hello.
welcome.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Tab. Brad's over there.
Hello.
He doesn't speak unless spoken to.
That's right. He's been taught well.
And I brought a lovely beer for today.
Yes, you did. Brad has not seen it before, so this is the big reveal.
I don't know if you guys have all been poor and wanted to drink alcohol or been to a college party.
I feel like everybody's been there at some point.
But there's a thing called like natural ice, natural light, right?
Oh, yeah. We had some Natty ice in the day.
So
Oh, that's not what we're drinking.
it is what we're
yeah.
drinking.
We're
But
fucking drinking Natty.
they have a new one called Naturday.
It's classy as fuck.
It's got little flamingos on it. It says Naturdays. It's strawberry lemonade flavored.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
Pass one to Brad, please.
I hope it tastes
It
as cute
tastes-
as it is.
It actually is really good. I was like, oh, I'll try it. And I was like, I actually could like this.
It's surprisingly delicious.
Okay, I hope so. Last time I had Natty Ice was in college, and it tastes like piss water.
But you didn't care.
I didn't. Excuse me, not in college. I actually never drank Natty Ice in college, in high school.
Jeez, Brad. Just.
Well, because beggars can't be choosers in high school.
Oh, I never drank in high school.
I did my senior year only. And it was the start of a bad relationship because I was with a boyfriend, and the first time I was drunk, he was mad because he was all about not drinking. And he was like, okay, Jesse, you need to pick me or alcohol. And I was like, alcohol, bitch.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, you made the right choice.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I think he got back with me anyways.
I think it's because you're screwing it on
No,
backwards.
You go the other way.
Why would you ever spin anything right?
Righty-tighty,
Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
lefty-loosey.
What are we talking about here?
Spin
Spin
the
it to
other
your
way.
right. You're
The
still
opposite way.
spinning it the
Go spin
same
it the-
way. You're still
towards you.
spinning it left.
This
There
is
you go.
right.
No, don't do that. Go the other way.
That's what I was doing.
No, you
No, you weren't. You
No, I was taking it this way to take it off
Oh.
because it's going on crooked.
Oh, do you want some help?
Look, do you see
Yes,
this?
you got
This
it.
side doesn't spin. This side does.
Oh, mine's fine. You want to trade?
No.
I want to fix it for you because I'm a fixer.
I just
You hear
wanna-
that, everyone?
I'm a fixer.
She's a fixer.
I legit would be a fixer. I would be great at that. Like, I'll just go take care of shit, clean up the crime scene, make sure everybody's taken care of. Problems solved. My immediate reaction is to try to fix anything somebody comes to me with.
I got it.
So you're like the John Wick of it all.
I got it. I don't think John Wick could fix this shit. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I
Oh my
have
gosh,
not.
we need to go.
I have not. I haven't seen any of them.
Okay.
Dude, I get the gist. Somebody killed his dog. He's got to go get vengeance.
They're actually really good movies. They're Blake's favorite movies.
Okay.
It actually made more than
I respect
Avengers.
Blake, so I'll watch it.
Brad, how do you feel about Naturday?
I enjoy it. It's good. It's surprisingly good.
It's weird, right?
It is.
It's
I can't-
refreshing.
I can't
It's
put my finger on what it exactly tastes like. But
Strawberry lemonade?
yeah, but like in a very small
Like a
hint of alcohol.
watered
Yeah.
down way. It's like a drunk LaCroix.
Kind of like
It's like a truck full of Natty drove by a watermelon patch.
kind of like a wine cooler.
Little wine
Watermelon.
cooler. Oh, I almost purchased today. Full on, they have Bartles and James in
Yes.
a can.
Oh, in a
They have
can.
what?
Yes, Bartles and James wine coolers in a can.
Oh.
And I was like, how much do we want to turn into our mothers?
I so do not. But
'Cause-
I would drink it.
That right there.
I think I already am turning into my mother in some way.
Actually, you kind of look like her today,
Thank you.
like your outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, today I pretty much got told that I'm going to be a short, fat, pregnant lady. And then, like,
Oh.
in the next breath,
By who? Can I slap this person?
Trish. And then the next breath,
I can't slap Trish. She's
and then
too sweet.
the next
Except
breath,
she says things.
Yeah. In the next breath, she talks about our other coworker, my other coworker that could potentially be having kids soon too. She says, but Janet's going to be the cutest, like, pregnant lady ever. And then they just
Oh.
went on and on about how cute Janet was going to be and how cute all her outfits were going to be because she looks cute every day. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just forget anybody ever said anything.
Wow, I'm going to leave now. Well, you know, people say crazy shit all the time that I'm just like, why did that come out of your mouth?
Well, and then this is
Like,
the worst part.
what was the purpose? Why did you need to express that to me? Just keep that shit to yourself.
Well, and then Trish says, I'm sorry I didn't say that about you. And then walked away.
Oh, well, at least she apologized.
But
No,
it wasn't like,
what
I'm sorry
she-
I didn't say that, but you would be cute too.
What she did was just say, I'm sorry you're going to be a fat
I'm
pregnant
rubbing
lady,
it into you that I don't think you'll be a cute pregnant
but
lady.
I'm going to stand by my
and that
opinion.
you don't look cute every day.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, but I'm standing by it.
That's what that was.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, not sorry.
I texted Blake. I was like, so you've been lying to me because apparently I'm ugly.
You are not ugly. Also, you dress cute every day. Every time I see you, I'm always like, I want to look cute.
like frumpy outfit. And that's fine.
You don't
And see,
look frumpy.
part is because it's got this little like tie, right? And so then it kind of just looks like I got an extra pouch.
Well, I have an extra pouch in the frontal area. Oh my God.
Tell him it's
I've-
your fupa.
So many things going on in my brain right now. Also, when I said you look like your mother, I wasn't meaning that as like
Bad. No,
a
I wasn't.
slam.
I know. I was not thinking that. It brought
Your
me.
mom is great.
I love my
and
mom.
also is always like dressed like a professional lady.
She is always dressed pretty cute. We dress very similar, actually.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No,
I wear
that's
it.
not what I meant. That's just where my head jumped.
You're like, by the way,
I think the
Well-
most time I see your mom, she's in like workout.
She,
Clothes.
if she's not at work, she's in workout clothes.
and I've spent a lot of time with her mom at church and
Oh, yeah. I've only like Woodstocks.
like
She doesn't wear
functions.
workout clothes to church.
Yeah, and even like a lot of times for like small group, she would come from work, so she'd
Right.
still be in her like work clothes. So yeah, I see her like dressed nice most of the time.
But yeah, she does very quickly move into leggings.
Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
the second I get home, I'm like taking clothes off before I close the door.
Well, and now that we
Get me out of
found
these things.
now that we found these pants at Costco that are like leggings, but they look like work pants.
They're not yoga pant dress pants.
No, they're not quite like that. I think they're even better. But I have like 4 pairs, and I think she's got the same. We wear like I probably wear 3 a week.
I want to find some of these. They sound great. I always wear scrubs. But, like, when we have meetings off-site and stuff, we can dress, like, business casual. I usually still just wear scrubs because I'm usually going to a clinic before or after or whatever,
then why
you
would
know.
you change?
And so I'm always just like, and then it's also just like, well, this is my uniform, so I don't have to worry about looking cute.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had a uniform.
Yeah. It is nice. Just all black every day. Same shirt, same pants.
If I showed up in scrubs and said I was a transfer doctor, do you think that they'd let me, poke
No.
people?
Touch some women.
No.
Touch some women?
Absolutely.
I figured
not.
that's always your underlying goal.
Does your brother need a job?
Does Brad need a job? Yes.
Maybe.
Just a thought. Hit me up later.
What kind of a work?
Well, man, some crazy shit's happened since
Right. I
last
remember
time.
you said somebody quit and somebody else quit.
Somebody quit at 11 o'clock at night. I got a text. I'm giving my 2 weeks notice.
At least it wasn't 2 weeks.
Yeah. But she'd been sick she hadn't been at work for like a week already. And I was like, well, I don't know if she's going
I'm
to.
going to put quotes on that because if some
No,
people.
she's legit sick.
Okay, so
I know she's sick.
I'm like, you don't get your back pay for sickness, so that's
oh,
what
yeah. No.
I usually do that.
So I was like, well, I don't even know if she's going to make it in during her 2 weeks, right? So then I get up the next morning. My photographer calls in sick. Okay. Now I'm like 2 people down in clinic. It's going to be fine. I'll figure it out. And so we are getting the morning going. We're having to, change things. We're getting by. And one of the girls that was obviously not happy there and hadn't been for years. But, yeah, she just walked up, threw her key down in front of me and was like, I'm leaving. Straight up walked off the job. So that was a rough day.
Did anything
No,
provoke it or
nothing
set it off?
precipitated it. It was literally, I think, just like the last straw, She just was like,
Could have been the dumbest thing. Somebody looked at her wrong.
I'm done with this.
Excuse me, can I have some ranch for this out? Sorry, we don't have ranch.
Nope.
Fuck this job.
I'm
I'm out.
Yeah. Pretty much. You're cool. You're cool.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm out. So that was kind of wild. Since then, the original person that had quit rescinded their notice. So I'm only really one person down, but it will be for our technician, and then you also train for front desk kind of thing. We're the only office in the whole company out of 11 clinics. We're the only one that's all girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, now you said there was a job opening, right?
Yeah.
See, now Brad wants to touch women.
I know.
What? That is sexual harassment and it is not
Dude,
allowed
I
in the
do not want to
workplace.
have to be your manager, dude.
Why not?
You are so inappropriate.
I don't say these things at work.
Are you going to give girls chocolate buttholes for Valentine's Day?
If they ask for it after work.
To
Man.
make your coworkers wax your butthole first.
Well, I mean,
Well, he has a friend do
if they
that.
volunteer. Not volunteer. No, I don't think anyone volunteers for that.
This just got weird.
So anyway,
Okay.
yeah, we were talking about pouches in the front. So I watched this Busy Phillips video.
She's funny, and I also don't like her all at one time.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to hate her because she's like a basic bitch.
Yeah.
But
Which
she's
I can appreciate a basic bitch, and I can be real
but
basic.
she's also
sometimes.
really down to earth,
Yeah.
really honest. Sometimes maybe a little too honest. That might be part of it too. Is you're like, okay, back up a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's just the way she talks. Her delivery bugs me.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah. She does have a very distinct kind of talking voice, and
like she opens her mouth too wide.
yeah, her cadence is.
She does
odd.
have a very big mouth. So maybe it's not her fault.
Yeah, I mean, she has huge, gorgeous lips. I wish I had lips. My lips
Okay,
are
anyways, so you were watching a
pencils.
Busy Phillips video.
I just happened across it, and it was her and this stylist, and they were doing bathing suits for every body type, kind of thing.
Okay.
It was really cute. The video started, and Busy Phillips is in like a really good shape.
Yeah, she works out a lot.
Yeah. And the stylist that was there, it was like plus size. And so she starts the video like, oh, she's going to teach us how to get a beach body or something. And she's like, so what do we do to the stylist? And she's like, you take your fucking body to the beach. It was really cute. But so they had all these different like women with like different shapes, sizes, all kinds of stuff. And they were like, you can find a cute swimsuit for anybody,
Yeah.
And so they like got stuff out and, had them all come out with like different things on and stuff. It was really cute. But one of the ladies described what she had going on as a reverse mullet. She has no ass and then all this fat hanging in the front.
A fupa.
That's what she's like.
Oh gosh.
I was like, oh my god.
That's funny.
And then I was like, that's what I'm gonna end up having because I have no ass.
And I got like a bowl cut. I have a butt. Also have a little bit of front bit.
That's okay.
I've been consistent for 8 weeks. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a drink here and there. But I've been doing very well. And I've only gained weight.
Well, but you're working out. Are you gaining muscle?
That's what my brother thinks it is, but it can't be that much muscle. Holy majoli.
Are you pregnant?
Better not be.
Since you're having an occasional drink.
Yeah, it's not super occasional, really. And
Well, it happens. I mean,
well, that
usually-
bottle of Riesling lasted forever.
That bottle of Riesling was the size of me.
I had this huge bottle of Riesling that
It was
I won
fucking 3 feet tall. It barely fit in the refrigerator.
because I got the longest drive at a golf tournament.
So
Okay?
she got the
So
longest bottle
I
of
won
wine.
that big bottle of wine. And yeah, I opened it and I had like, and by like a glass of wine, I'm talking like I filled the glass all the way to the top. So it was 2 glasses of wine, really. A night. Like for 3 or 4 nights, I'm like, is this freaking wine?
It's your mission to finish it.
Yeah, I just wanted it out of the fridge. It was taking up so much room.
You should invite people over. Be like, all right, everyone, come on here. Here's a bottle of wine. Let me just for everyone.
You get a glass. Oh, I didn't want wine. Drink it.
Make it.
Dump it down the sink. I don't care
Right.
what you do with it.
Oh man, yeah, it was an intense bottle of wine, which I mean is not a bad thing if you have like a good bottle of wine.
Yeah, that was
Right?
fine.
Like you're like, okay, I could drink this for a while. Because sometimes bottles of wine go a little too fast.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh man,
That black
I
Stella
feel like that's
Rose.
why reds are
I know,
nice.
it's really good.
I feel like that's why red wines are nice because you can leave them on the counter.
Yeah,
They don't have to take up all the room in your fridge when you have like an apartment-sized fridge like I do.
yeah.
Okay, it's not the baby ones,
I know it's not really an apartment size fridge.
but it's not like a human-sized fridge.
It's not like a double door situation.
You barely fit anything in that piece of shit.
Same
I feel
here.
that way all the time, but I also usually fill like half of my fridge up with the beverages.
We have, yeah. Well, and also Blake and I are like our morning drink people. Like I've got like 2 rows of kombucha. Blake's got like 2 rows of Rockstar.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I have like my whole middle shelf where like the majority of things would be is just different nut milks, different juices. I always have to have juices because the kids. There occasionally is like a bottle of white wine or something, in there just in case. And then like I always have like LaCroix, kombucha, some Diet Coke. No, Coke Zero, not Diet Coke. We don't get Diet Coke.
okay.
And then you get beers going in there, and it's just like everything in my fridge is liquid.
Yeah.
It's wild. I got some fruits and vegetables in the drawer, and some fake dairy products up top.
Do you have? I can't remember. Do you have a fridge in your garage?
I have a deep freeze in my garage.
Oh, okay.
I want a deep freezer.
It's mostly full of a goose right now.
Oh, I don't want it for like. Well, I mean, dead animals, yes, but not ones that still look like animals.
Oh, yeah. This one looks like an animal still. I keep thinking I'm going to have it taxidermied, and I just haven't done it.
Speaking of my small kitchen, I follow all these like professional organizers on Instagram because I'm a freak. And
I like it.
there's this one of them did this job recently at this kitchen. So they're standing in the kitchen. They've got all these like really tall like cabinet doors, you know, that like it's the rich fancy kitchen, okay?
Okay.
And then they're like, this is the best part. And this girl takes two of the cabinet doors, opens them.
And it's the fridge?
No,
Oh.
it's a pantry the size of my kitchen back there.
What? Like a huge walk-in situation?
Yes, and it's the whole length of the kitchen. Oh my gosh. I told Blake, I said, if I don't have a kitchen like this someday with a hidden pantry with all the other shit I don't want everybody to see all the time,
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Have you guys ever thought about
That would be amazing.
blowing out that that wall and that heads out to your backyard, that in your kitchen, to extend the kitchen?
Yes, we have thought about it, but you need money to do things like that, Bradulus.
I'm all about self doing it. It's-
I'm
Need
sure,
money?
I'm sure
Without
you
the
are.
money. Without the money part.
Yeah.
This is why I can't manage you, Brad.
Why? I don't ask questions. I do it. I get the job done. What's up?
We're doing the yard starting this weekend. I'm so excited because our neighbor's a landscaper, right? So finally I told Blake, I'm like, we're never going to do this yard by ourselves.
Wait, is it the creepy guy that was like, hey, there's a girl out here?
No. The nice neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The guy
no.
across the street.
Yeah.
He was like,
No, this is like our friend neighbor.
Oh, okay.
The one that just had a baby. Well, she's almost a year old.
I know. I was like, it's not just anymore.
But so yeah, he came over and like he's gonna, because I wanted to seed, but then he's like, do you really want to keep your dog off the yard for this long?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right. So we're gonna get turf, but he's gonna do all the irrigation first.
Oh, wow.
And he's gonna like do it with us
Yeah.
and like show us how, and then go back home so we don't have to like
Right.
pay him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm
Gotta
excited.
dig all the trenches yourself.
Oh, my
So they're
God.
he's gonna rent a trencher for a couple hours and just do that. And
That was like the one thing that when we built our house that I was like, never again.
we put sprinklers in.
Oh, my God. It was the worst thing. I hated it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, you know what? If that's what you want to do, Tanner, you freaking go for it.
Yikes. Yeah.
So we're gonna have grass, so we can play cornhole in our backyard. Finally,
Cool.
we'll have a summer party this summer.
Nice. That'll be fun.
I'm excited.
Cornhole, bocce ball, croquet.
Definitely croquet. I'll bring croquet.
That's fine. Bring it all. And we also have a cornhole, but it's golf.
I have a giant cribbage board we could sit on the lawn and play.
Let's just everybody bring your yard games.
Bring a yard
We
game.
don't have that big of a yard, but it's a good size.
It's good size. Yeah, our
And
yard
Blake
is
was-
tiny.
Lawn darts.
Our yard is bigger
No.
than any house that Blake's ever lived in
Yeah.
his life. And so we're talking about where the yard's going to end, because like I've got a big chunk of it that I want like to have a table and like where our barbecue's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I just don't think it's enough grass for Torpedo. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? It's a lot of grass. He's going to be fine. But he's like freaking out that the dog doesn't have enough grass. I'm like, it's more than he's got now.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say as compared to the now grass
It's just weeds.
or the grass that you lived in an apartment.
right? He's so weird. So I'm
He's
excited.
worried about his dog. Is he thinking about like, is this enough grass for me to play baseball with my kid on?
Don't know.
Hmm.
I can't imagine we will still be there when the kid's old enough to play baseball.
Yeah.
It's a small house.
Yeah. But you take them out there and start playing baseball when they're 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 3. I don't want to be there that long.
Well, I mean, you can totally, kick your tenants out and be like, all right, kid, you're living out there. You're 3 years old. You're living out there.
Independence
Yeah.
starts young.
Call us if you need anything.
By the way, rent's due on the 1st.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Well, speaking of having babies, I got like the most happiest news this week.
Oh.
I'm not pregnant or I wouldn't be drinking. So
was gonna-
settle.
Every time I choose not to have it, like last week we went out to dinner and I didn't have a beer, and
Right.
Blake's dad's friend was like, well, you know what that means? I'm like, I'm not pregnant. I just don't want a beer tonight. Okay, sorry.
I just don't want to end up screaming at you later. So I went to the doctor and just, checkup stuff. All the fun things that women get to do.
People up in their business, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that. Like,
Can you imagine all day just going into people's vaginas?
yeah,
I mean, you'd get used to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I just sometimes I
Yeah.
sit there and I think, and I'm like, she's probably seen 5 vaginas today. The
Oh, yeah.
inside of 5 vaginas today.
yeah, for sure.
It's interesting.
So for the first time, which I think I had my first pap smear when I was like 16. So we're going on 20 years of this, right?
Okay.
I
You're much
saw,
better than me. I didn't have my first one. Well, I was like 20.
So I saw the tool. I always just assumed that it was like, because there was always like a cotton swab out, And I always just assumed it was like the cotton swab, and they just like got it. Because like when we do like genetic testing, that's what we do, right? You just are just trying to get a scraping of cells.
You didn't know they opened you right up?
No, I knew that, but I thought that what they were using to collect the cell sample was the cotton swab.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead. Go
Brad
on.
apparently knows all about this.
Yeah, Brad, what do you have to tell us?
As a kid, I wanted to be a gynecologist until I realized what they actually do, and then I was like, no, thank you.
So yeah, I just actually I was sitting there and they had this little like kit set out, and I was like, "Is that the thing?" Like, I was like amazed by it. It's got like, think of like a 4-sided comb with a cone on the top. That's like a baby bottle cleaner.
Because they gotta like scrape it.
Yeah, they're like, we're trying to get as much sample as we can. So they like swirl it around in there and like catch stuff on all the like teeth of it. I was like, dang.
No wonder it kind of, you feel it.
You're like,
Because I'm always like, man, that cotton swab, like, really
kind of
really got there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anything you can't handle. But, like,
Yeah.
they even warn you about it. Like, you're going to feel a little cramp.
Yeah. That's why.
I
They-
just figured my insides
they're-
were real
Combing your cervix.
interesting.
Gotta get more of that cervical mucus.
It was pretty wild. Yeah, so that was a interesting little thing. I mean, geez, you learn something new every day. I
That's
mean,
true.
like, I didn't know there was anything
Would you
more.
like another one?
She's got more.
Well, I'll take another one.
I didn't know there was anything like more I could know about getting a pap smear.
I'm sure there's a lot more I could know.
But I did definitely, like, mid speculum, think like, dude, guys don't even know what the fuck is up. Like,
Apparently Brad does.
they do not ever have to have something shoved 8 inches into them.
Well,
They gotta have fingers up the butt a lot.
No, but that's a fingertip.
I mean, they literally take something and jack us open.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen the tool thing, but I mean,
Way in there. Oh, way in there. It's pretty wild. And yeah, at some point I was like, holy shit, how far open are they going to end up doing this? Because like, I started like feeling like, okay, that's like a lot. That's kind of wide. I mean, the little comb thing isn't that big.
did you ask?
Right.
Are you trying to get how many fingers are you trying to get in there?
No, literally, they like shove their whole hand up there.
It's just like cows when they're
Well, and
giving
then they
birth,
just like
gotta
get all
reach
up
in
there and like are feeling you.
Yeah,
They're
they
like,
like,
oh, it feels good. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, smash things around and whatever. And
She told me I have which is like the wildest thing.
oh, did you get the same thing I did? I hope. Let's
She
say
says I have
just
a long torso.
Oh,
That I have like a long road to my cervix. And I'm like, I'm
Oh.
5 feet tall. How long can it be?
yeah, it's way up in there. I
Did
guess.
she say where like the shape or whatever?
She
Did
did
they
not
tell
tell
you
me
that?
any shapes. No, it just
Okay.
said it was long.
Yeah, she told me I had a nice, healthy cervix, and I was like, thanks. And she's like, it looks ripe. I was like, okay.
I'm not sure how good mine will look right now. It's been having some issues.
Oh, no. That's
I'm
no
not sure how
fun.
much Brad wants to hear or the world,
I've heard it all.
Yeah.
And I can cut it.
It is not fun. Well, part of my thing, too, is I've had my IUD in for so long that I'm, like, at the point of, like, am I taking it out? Am I getting a new one in? Am I not putting a new one in? Is that a thing?
I told Blake last night, I said, I want a baby. And he goes, where did that come from? And I was sitting there holding Greg like a baby, like, look at her, like, and I'd be like, oh, look at that, look at that. And then Blake would, like, pet her, and I'd be like, I want a baby. He was like, what? What made you think of that? I'm like, look at me with this damn cat right now.
Pretending I have a baby.
And I was just doing it. It was, like, so, just, like, just what's happening. And then all of a sudden I was like, what am I doing?
It was just a natural thing.
Yep.
Your brain is not connecting with your body. Your body's saying, like, let's do this.
You need to make children.
Let's get on it. Yeah. So I had like a little bit of that conversation as well. And she also told me that if I'm going to have any more kids, I should do it soon. Because remember I told you my doctor was like, oh, you're done having kids.
You're not
or
getting
whatever.
any younger.
And then when I said something about it again, he was like, well, you'd be a high risk pregnancy, which I was like, thanks.
That old. Some people don't even start having kids.
So the big push is that after 35, like the rate of chromosome mutation, i.e.
Okay.
having children with Down syndrome, like significantly climbs.
Oh.
And so that's why
Okay, I'm
everyone's
gonna
like
love
on
that
the
little
big
Down syndrome baby like nobody's business.
I know. Well, that's why everybody's on like the big push that you should like do it by 35. And then I'm like, what the fuck? It's okay to have a kid with Down syndrome.
They're
Like,
fine.
chill out, people. Like,
They
I
don't
think-
live bad lives.
I'm like,
I think
God.
I think it's probably the severity of it difference because I mean then you get the because most of the time you
I
hear
think
about
Down syndrome is pretty much Down syndrome.
Well, there's
But I
definitely
mean-
like Down syndrome, like with other gene like
complications.
mutations, you can have some like pretty severe complications. Which I mean, yes, that's true. But that's true of any time. I mean, you have no idea and no control. So, excuse me. You probably could hear that too.
Tom's getting choked up,
Just
but not by Down syndrome,
Getting
by
choked up.
Naturday.
by Naturdays. So the other great thing, though, which I guess that wasn't a great thing. So the great thing I'm going to focus on, is that she, was asking, because, they do a breast exam. She's asking about, she's like, have you had surgery? And I said, oh, yeah, I had a mastiopexy and implants, and it's, been years, and told her about it and stuff. And she's like, well, I noticed
Can she not tell when she's sitting there feeling your boobs?
well, she could see the scar. No, she couldn't tell based on that.
Wow.
I have a lot of breast tissue over my
okay.
implant, and my implant's under my muscle.
Okay.
So it really is not super obvious. If I'm really, really, really skinny, like I was when I first had them, when I was 92 pounds, it was like, here's a water balloon, But I'm significantly more than that at this point. But she could see the scar, so she, asked, and everything, and she was like, oh, okay, well, started talking about stuff, and I'm like, I know I won't be able to breastfeed. I've already resigned
Lived with
myself
that,
to
yeah.
that, yeah. And she was like, you can breastfeed. And I was like, literally every doctor I've talked to, my plastic surgeon, my primary care, my midwife that retired, have all said, oh, too bad, And I'm like, are you kidding me? And she's like, yeah, I have tons of patients that have had breast augmentation that have been able to successfully breastfeed.
I was about to say it's probably success rate and the chance of you actually being able to do it if everything grows back and
Yeah, well, and I'm like, well, yeah, people who have their incision under their breast, like there's a much higher rate of like success in being able to breastfeed. But I'm like, since I had them around my nipple, I was like, I did not think that was possible. And she's like, I've had plenty of people that have done it. She's like, I've had people who've been able to breastfeed after breast reduction, and in breast reduction they take out ducts and everything. And I was like, are you serious? Like, I was like so excited. And she's like, have you breastfed before? And I'm like, yeah, that's why I had the surgery. Like, I breastfed both of my boys like extensively. And so she was like, well, even what, extensively? You think it's funny that I breastfed them extensively?
No, I just like thinking of you kids sucked me dry.
No.
I don't think she ever yelled that. Okay.
No. It just, once I stopped feeding them, I just got boob pancakes, I like to call them. Picture a nipple as a pat of butter, and your boob is the pancake. That's pretty much what I had going on.
Okay.
Like a Japanese fluffy pancake?
No. Like a regular, like a pancake from Perco's. That's not even a thing anymore, is it? Perco's? Yeah, so I was like kind of taken aback. And then she was, talking to me about it and said, well, since you were successful at breastfeeding before, like you have a much higher rate of being able to do it than like first time moms who've had surgery. So, and I'm like, oh, I'm like a person who's like bound and determined. I set my mind to something. I have spent the last 5 years like telling myself that I could probably just will myself to breastfeed. Like I could will myself to produce milk and make the nerves connect, like make it all go back. And she's like, yeah, no, you're probably fine. And especially, I guess part of the big issue with having surgery, like breast surgery, and then being able to breastfeed is like sensation. Because if you don't have nerve like feeling, then your brain doesn't get the signal like, hey, I need to produce milk. Because like you don't have milk when your baby's born. You have like, I can't remember what it's called, the first like stuff you have. But then like your milk lets down after a couple days. And so it's like, if you can't feel that, then your brain's not going to do that. So it's been long enough now. Like at first there was definitely nerve damage, but it's been long enough now. Like everything's fine. So I'm like, okay, let's have a baby.
I know what tabernacle I'm going to be doing tonight.
Well,
practice scene.
I still have an IUD. I have a few things to work out.
You gotta practice. You gotta make sure you know what you're doing when the time comes.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's an issue.
Wait, practice breastfeeding or
Wait,
practice making the baby?
You know how to make one?
Yeah. I've done it twice already.
Lots of practice.
I've grown 2 of them. I'm so crafty. I make humans.
Teach me your ways. I need a clinic. I need like a thing where you teach me.
Just
like
kidding.
a whiteboard?
How to
I'm
grow
just
babies.
kidding, everybody. I'm just kidding.
She's just kidding. Brad, settle down.
I'm aware of how
Put
to
your
make a
marker
baby.
away.
Oops, sorry.
What are you breaking?
I don't know. I was rubbing my shoe.
So, yeah, that was
Lovely.
that was my super exciting news.
That is
And I
super
was like
exciting news.
really excited about that. And then I'm going to get depressing.
Here we go.
Because then, like, have you fill out all your history, family history, and all this stuff. And she busts out this little pink worksheet and starts, like, calculating everyone in my family who's had breast cancer or some other type of cancer, and was it reproductive cancer, and blah, blah, blah.
Is she telling you what the percentage of your baby having cancer is?
No.
Oh.
She's telling me that
You could have cancer.
based on my family history, I need to go have the test done to see if I have the gene. Which I'm like, okay. It's a little scary to think about.
Yeah.
I'm also like, I'm not going to worry about that for the next year or so. Like, if we're going to have another kid, I'm going to do that. And then I will Go take the test and deal with it.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to, I mean, obviously it will be an ordeal, but like I would be the person that would be like, it's fine. I'll just have a double mastectomy.
Sure.
Like, let's just do this now, you know? And
Isn't it funny that you already like make that decision before you even find out?
yeah.
Because like when my mom had her like little scare or whatever, like her and my dad had already talked and like, okay, just take the boob off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then my mom was like freaking, like, because I went with her to like get the results and stuff because she was still freaking. And I'm like, you've already determined.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Sure, there's a small chance, so like,
Right.
whatever, okay. But I'm like, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And
So-
nowadays they can tattoo on a nipple.
Yeah, I'm
Even
like, so what?
still, I mean, it's the prospect of like, okay, and I have to do all this surgery and
Right.
recovery.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then-
No, it's definitely scary. But
Yeah.
she was just like, I'm like, it's going to be all right.
I had a friend who had breast cancer at 30, and she had a mastectomy and went through the whole process. And so, like, I kind of like got to see from the inside what like it was all about, and like where you go get the balloons planted and then they pump them up slowly to re-stretch your skin out after you heal, so that then you can get an implant put in because everything's like off, you
Right.
know. And then yeah, like she did go get a like nipple tattooed on. I don't know if I'd do a nipple. I'd probably just get tattoos.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I saw where, some people would do the 3D realistic nipple tattoos, and then others would just be like, nah, just go across the whole chest with just, crazy
let's just
art.
do cool stuff,
Yeah.
because why not?
And then you can take your shirt off and nobody
Hide the
can be like,
scars.
ah!
Oh my god, I could post pictures on Instagram and no one could say a fucking thing.
Right.
Because that's what it's all about. You have to cover up those nipples.
Yeah.
So stupid. It's so stupid.
But men can just
but-
walk around with their shirts off.
Your nipples are fine.
Y'all have
your,
the same nipples we do.
Your nipples aren't sexy, so...
My nipples aren't sexy?
I mean, apparently that's what the world thinks. I don't get it.
Doesn't really make sense.
When you
to
really
me.
break it down, it's just weird. But yeah, so
No milk coming out of yours, so see, not sex. I mean,
Jesse,
yeah, not
that
sex.
shows how well you know me.
yeah, my brother swore he could milk himself too, Brad.
Okay.
He was like determined that he really could. He could make himself have milk if he wanted to. He was a weird dude
Interesting.
when he
Andrew?
was growing up. No,
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah. I remember him squeezing his nipples so hard that like stuff came out, but we were like, dude, you're just like squeezing the like
All the life out of your skin.
oil out of
Yeah.
your skin, basically.
Gosh.
I'm like, you could make something like exude out of anywhere on your body if you like freaking squeeze it hard enough. What a
It
weird,
sounds painful.
what a weird kid, huh?
I can't believe him. I only met him for the first time at your mom's birthday.
Mm.
The one
Yeah.
and only time I've met him.
We're pretty same. Except he's way more of an asshole than I am.
Mm.
That's not true. He acts like an asshole to people
Is
way
more
more than I
openly
do.
an asshole.
Yeah. I am also an asshole, but I like keep it inside a lot. Oh,
She knows the appropriate times to be an asshole. And the
I
appropriate times
almost
to not.
screamed at an old lady today. And I like had to check myself, and then I was like, Tab, what are you doing? But I was so irritated. I just literally almost turned around and yelled at this lady.
Oh, goodness.
I was in the grocery store parking lot, and I was like running some errands for work at lunch, and I am, cruising down the front strip, and there's speed bumps. You gotta go slow, right? And like off the main turn in, this car comes in, and as I'm driving by, I see the lady in the passenger seat like gawking at me, and I'm like, I look normal. Like I couldn't figure out. I'm like, I have sunglasses on, and my hair's in a ponytail. Like I couldn't quite figure out like what was so interesting about me.
Right.
I'm wearing black scrubs. Like nothing on my car is that interesting either. So I drive like down the ways and they're following me, and I go to turn and there's a car pulling out of the first parking spot. So like I can't turn to go down the aisle because the car is in the way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I wait for him. I have my blinker on. All normal. I wait for him to back out. He backs out and drives away. And so I pulled into the spot he just pulled out of, which was like the first spot right in front of the little postal store.
Okay.
There's like 2 more empty spots adjacent to this spot, right? They pull in to the one farthest, and the lady, like, right as I had pulled up, and the lady is just sitting in the passenger seat staring at me. And I'm just like, okay, what's happening? And so I kind of smiled, like, okay, like maybe she thinks she knows me or something. I don't know. And so I get my package. I get out of the car. As I'm walking in, she's still just like watching me. I run
How
up.
old was she?
She's probably like in her 60s. I considered that maybe she just had that snotty look on her face because she'd had some like plastic surgery and her eyebrows were stuck in a surprise position.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah. So, and she literally, as I'm walking up into the little postal store, is like looking at me with this look of disgust. Like, I could not believe how I was like, I felt so judged. And I was like, this is bizarre. So I just run up. I already have my package labeled. I'm like, this is just for drop off. Okay, thanks. Bye. I go in there all the time. So I'm coming back out. As I'm like getting to my, like coming back out to my car, she's getting out of her car finally. And she still staring at me. And just like with this look of disdain on her face. And I go get in my car and I like close the door and I look out the window, still staring at me. And I almost opened my door back up and was like, is something about me offensive to you?
Dude, see, I would have.
I was just like,
Especially the older I get, the more I'm just like, I don't fucking
what
care.
the hell is happening? I could not figure out what was going on. And it was just so weird because she would even do the like, I'm not looking at you, but then like keep looking at me thing. Like it was, it was bizarre. I'm like, is she pissed because I have tattoos? You know? And then I'm like, well, she probably couldn't see those in the car.
Right.
You know? I don't know what the deal was, but she was not happy with me. And then she, as she like got it out of her car and was like walking into the postal store, you know, she like turned back and gave me one more and then like kind of like shook her head and like walked in.
You give her the finger.
I was
Yeah, see, you're nicer than me. I would have been like, hello, what the fuck?
I did not know what happened. I was completely like respectful. I was obeying the laws of the land. Like I had my blinker on. I mean, was she pissed because I took the first parking spot? I mean,
That's weird.
I don't know. It was the strangest thing. And I was like so irritated by the end of it that I literally almost just screamed at her. And then I had to be like,
I would not have judged you.
don't scream at an old lady. Don't scream at her. Just get in your car and move along with your day.
The other day, I was like driving down the street, and this little postal car, who's the same mailman at my work. And remember, my husband is a postal worker, not a mailman.
Started about
but
the post
works
office right
inside.
now.
And he like does a hard California roll and pulls in front of me. And those mail cars don't have any get up and go, right? So I'm
No.
going over the speed limit because I always do, down the road, and he just whips right in front of me.
And he's going 5.
Yeah. And I'm like riding his butt because I have no chill, especially in my car. And then so I like passed him and I flipped him off, and I'm like, I probably should not be flipping off Blake's coworkers, especially ones that like might know me.
Right.
So then I like when I got to the shop at the end of the street, I like texted Blake. I'm like, just a fair warning, just flipped off my mailman. So if he says something, tell him like, don't pull up in front of my wife again.
Hey, don't drive like a jackass.
So, but yeah, I'm like, I really should watch And sometimes, like I'll go to like flip somebody off and I'm like, what if I know this person? I just
Right.
don't know that I know them yet.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I'm flipping this person off. But it hasn't happened yet, so.
Yeah, I have to be awfully cautious about that. I run into like patients all
Right.
the time. And,
Oh, none of my
yeah.
clients drive, so that's right.
Jesse, you flipped me off in the car before.
We've also like made like dick sucking
Gestures, yes.
gestures.
Oh man.
We haven't done that in a while. I feel
No.
like you're never next to me anymore.
Because you like just don't even wait. You like jump in your
She-
car and just fucking go.
She
And
does
I'm
not
Why
like,
go
would
the
I
speed
wait?
limit. So you guys can make silly faces at each other, apparently.
yeah, I'm like,
Why
hold on, let me
don't you
I'm like,
get in your car and just go?
Roll, let's roll.
yeah, apparently, she hits the gas and she's like,
I
I'm
didn't know
gone.
you guys were sharing all these secret moments after you left.
Well, like that one time Brad saw me run a red light that I had no
Yeah.
idea. I
Oh shit, that sucks so bad. And then somebody calls you on, and you're like, oh.
He's like, you ran a red light. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I didn't. And he's like, yeah, you did. It's that weird place under the freeway where there's like the two.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like sometimes when we go home, it's late. Like nobody's on the road,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And so I was not looking at the one right in front of me. I was looking at the one
For
further.
the turn, yeah.
And well, that's what Brad told me.
Yeah,
Apparently, I
y-
just went
d-
right through
as
the
soon
red
as-
light.
As soon as it turns green before this
Right.
one, so then as soon as that one turned green, she's like, I'm gone.
I'm going.
And I was like, oh my god.
Nobody...
And I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've done some stuff. For sure.
And who knows how many things I've done that nobody's called me out on.
Right. I mean, I know the stuff I've done and I've like realized, and feel like such an asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then you try to like look at the person like,
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it.
but then they're sitting there flipping you off, and there's nothing you can do that's gonna make them happy
I always
because
just
you already
try to look
screwed up.
as sheepish as I can. I always just am like,
I know. I'm like, ah! I know.
I suck. Tell me your Venmo name. I'll pay you.
Yeah. But then I'm like, I do the same thing. Somebody did that to me, even if they knew what they did. So,
I don't usually get to the flipping off point.
oh man, my finger's up half my drive anywhere.
You're one of those people that like sticks their hand in like the windows rolled up and you just stick it right there and you have just the one finger on the
Ready
tip
to
of the-
go?
just ready to go. Just like, oh, hold on, let me just there you go.
Oh, if it gets real crazy, I will roll my window down and flip somebody off, like behind me or something too. Oh, I'm open with the middle finger on the road.
I mean, on your wedding day, I did purposely like just cruise next to a guy so that you guys could all flip him off. He nearly caused an accident. Like he nearly ripped my mirror off by deciding he was gonna just take a right. We were in the right-hand turn lane, and he decided he was just gonna drive around that and go right. It was bizarre, but like on the way, everyone's in like their dresses. She's in her gown. We're
Running a little late.
running a little late
'cause
because
it's
it's
a
a
wedding.
wedding. Trying to go get pictures done, and dude just like comes out of nowhere, and it was like, oh hell no! And Jesse yelled at him, "It's my birthday!"
And everybody's like, no. And I was like,
It was a
shit.
throwback to when we went to Tahoe for your bachelorette, and you also flipped a guy off and yelled at him and said, "It's my birthday!" And we were like, "No, it's not." I mean, kind of. Yeah, we're all going
We were
to
partying
celebrate
for
you.
me.
We're all going to party for you.
Well, and it was like a week after my birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, let's remember that too.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, I try not to get too
It was
excited.
like 2 weeks after my birthday.
The most I do usually if someone has done something crazy is I just like look at them and put my hand up like in this like, what were you even thinking? Like I want them to like look at me and not see me being mad, just see me being I can't talk.
It's okay.
I just want them to see me being so judgmental. Like, you're just stupid. what are you doing? I think that hurts more than the middle finger. I feel like my like
I don't know. Middle finger makes me feel
disappointment comes across.
It equally makes me mad if someone flips me off or raises their hands like, the fuck did you just do? You know, I'm always like, what the fuck? Who wants to fight?
But that was like big eye. Like, what are you doing? I just like raised my hand with a question like, what? What were you thinking?
Well, see, that makes me think it's your fault.
Depending on the situation, I'll react.
If I look at you like this, you think it's my fault?
I'm like, does she not know how to drive? What is she doing?
They know what they did.
There are 2 ways in this world I'm gonna die.
Okay. I mean, probably not. Probably only one.
Well, yeah, but like it's gonna be one of these 2.
Okay.
It's either gonna be from me flipping off the wrong gangster and getting shot,
Nice.
or me trying to protect a dog because I naively think all dogs are nice and that dog's gonna attack me and bite my face off.
It could be both. You protect a dog because some gangbangers were driving recklessly and you flip them off and then they shoot you.
And then the dog bites your
The
bleeding
dog,
body.
yeah. The dog's the finisher. But you are shot.
So
Interesting.
those are Blake is like convinced because Blake is so like not road rage like at all, which is kind of interesting because like
Yeah, I've seen him like want to get a little froggy with people, but yeah,
not on the road,
just chill.
but like I'll be in the passenger seat and so he does it. I'm like, "Wah!" And
Does he
he's
lock
like,
the windows?
"Stop, Blake!" I'm like, Jesse, stop.
See, I can't deal with that because my dad had the worst road rage. He's done some crazy ass shit that I will tell you, not recorded. Really,
I follow
scary.
people ride their ass.
Yeah,
You know, if people are riding my ass, I do the old slam on. I'm gonna die on the road someday.
I'm also going to die on the road. I just told somebody last week, like, this is how I die, but it will be falling asleep while I'm driving.
Oh yeah, I don't do that.
I
Stop listening to podcasts.
No, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I can be singing along to a song and be like,
You need to get more sleep at night.
well, I thought that was always the problem. And it did get better after I like found out I had sleep apnea and have my mask. I sleep with my CPAP machine. That helps a lot. But I swear, it's because my parents, when I wouldn't sleep when I was a baby, would put me in the car and drive me around until I fell asleep. And now, like,
Everybody did that.
but I am like, it's so bad. If we get in the car and I'm not the one driving,
Oh, I fall asleep fast.
I'm asleep in seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Blake gets real mad on road trips and stuff because I'm out like light.
I'll perk back up and wake up and talk to you in a little bit, but I'm like nappy, sleepy. Part of it's just I'm sitting in one spot and I don't do that very often. So it's like, hey, you're tired. But I also I can be driving and be like, I don't remember the last 2 seconds. Like
2 seconds, that's fine.
It's crazy. Not when you're
Well,
when you're on Highway 32. It's not. That's how you go off a cliff.
That's true.
I was about to say, it depends if you only think it's 2 seconds. Oh, man, what happened in the last 2 seconds?
Yeah.
And then someone's like, you've been out of it for like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get like delirious sometimes. I will pull over on the side of the road at any old pullout, like, and take a nap so I don't fall asleep while I'm driving. I eat sunflower seeds. I do all the little tricks. I make myself like hold my pee so that my bladder hurts and I can't relax. I turn the air conditioning on, roll the windows down, have the music up. Dude, it doesn't matter. I could have a full
Is it helpful
bladder.
like if the boys are in the car, like if somebody else is in the car?
Yeah. Well, if the boys are in the car, I will just pull over. Like, that's too scary.
Yes.
So, but I mean, yeah, I could be like windows down, AC blasting, music blaring, have to pee, driving down the road and still be like nodding.
That's not good.
It's crazy.
The only time I gotten real close to falling asleep in the car was when I got pulled over for potential
right.
drunk driving.
Like, what's happening here? I'm just really sleepy.
Just tired of trying to get home. It's 2 a.m. I drove from LA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't imagine. It's not good.
And I'd only drive ever at night.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it takes like
Traffic.
half the time.
Yeah.
It's not half, but it's like hours shorter if you go in the middle of the night.
Yes. Oh, every time we like go down south for anything, we always are just like, so we'll just leave at like 9.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't do it anymore. I have a harder time driving at night than I used to. I thought it would be a few more years I had until that started happening, but no.
As far as like being able to see?
Not being able
Or
to
just
see
being
necessarily.
sleepy?
I just get so... I can't stay up. I don't know how I'm going to do college this time because the first time I did college, I stayed up all night and slept and did my homework.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that anymore.
No.
Adderall,
No.
I'm going to have to take drugs.
cocaine.
It's a wonderful drug. No.
I'm not
Oh.
going to do that.
So our craft for tonight, which we're obviously working on so hard.
The puzzle.
We did puzzle.
Hard puzzle.
It was hard puzzling. I mean, our back started to hurt.
Don't be under the impression that a dollar store tree has easy puzzles.
No, you can get a decent puzzle. I mean, it's 1,000 pieces.
And they're the size of my thumbnail.
Oh, they're tiny. Yeah, it's hard. And the picture, I purposely picked out like the most insane thing I could. Like, it's so bizarre. But no, the real craft is that I have been embroidering again, and I have a couple of fun things that I want to embroider, and Jessie is going to be so sweet and write them on a piece of paper for me so I can use them as like my pattern in the background because she has great handwriting. Just really great. I tried to like write something the other day cute like how you do it, and I was like, it's just not in my brain. I can like look at a picture and copy it pretty good.
Well, see, my thing, like everybody says that, but when I look at mine, it's like, it's so basic good. Like I watch other people do like little writing because I also follow people that just write well on
Yeah.
Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have that.
Well, mine's terrible, so I don't know. I can look at a picture of like, say my brother, I gave him that like chalkboard thing for his birthday. I said, wash your hands, you filthy animal. And I like looked at other people's like, you know, things they had for sale and like the handwriting on them and stuff. And I was like, okay, I like that. And like, I can do that if I like
If you can
see it. And then I'm like, okay, the U looks like this. And the, you know, if I have to do it just out of my brain, it's hilarious. I was like trying to write a P today and I'm like, do I start at the bottom? Do I start at the top? Wait a minute.
Do I make a
think if
circle and then
I
just
think if
draw
I do
a line?
it from the top and then swirl it around, then I can get it to go that way. But then how do I make this part thick? What did I do? Now it looks like a B. Like, it's not great.
Okay.
I have
Thank you.
no capacity for it. So I think you're uber talented.
Thanks.
So we'll post some wonderful pictures. One of, I don't know how much you've been listening to the Dollop lately, Brad. Nada. Oh, there was such a good one recently. Really good one. It was on mince pies.
Okay.
It was so good. But he read this like quote from a newspaper article or I don't know, some guy who was getting real poetic about pie. But it's this whole like poem or prose or whatever. And then at the end it just says, pie kills us finally.
Oh.
And it's probably not as funny out of context because pie was for reals killing people. But
Okay.
yeah, but I'm like, I want to embroider that, like make a little like frame, like
Mm-hmm.
pie kills us finally. and like a cute little slice of pie. Doesn't that
So-
sound great?
What kind of pie?
I don't
Mince
know.
pie.
It has to
Duh.
be mince.
Oh.
But I was mostly thinking I would just make it look like
Like
brownish
pumpkin pie.
inside. But then also maybe like put like a blue button next to it or something.
Mm.
Because you don't know what was in your mince pie, man.
Human parts.
But
We're talking about the thing that I thought restaurants did when they're saying that they have options available for gluten people. What was that we talked about last year? The
What?
blue pumpkin.
the teal pumpkin,
Oh, whatever.
allergy free.
Allergy, yeah.
Mhm.
People do that, not restaurants. Well, I mean, I guess restaurants could. Whoever's gonna give out
Candy.
toys and candy. Candy, toys are how you make sure
Gluten-free?
that you're definitely allergen free.
Oh, I guess
Peanuts, tree nuts,
spaghetti.
dairy, gluten. I mean, you can't make a candy bar without any of those things, right?
Correct.
Cheesecake.
Factory.
Okay, he's not getting it.
I thought we were just free word associating.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Go home. Do some crafts.
Okay, I am home. I think these people might be home too.
If you're home,
Do some crafts.
do some crafts.
But I didn't get to tell you why I want to make that. It's
Oh.
because I want to give it to the guys when I go see them live again,
course.
because I already bought VIP tickets. This time I didn't get second row. I got front row, bitches.
Oh,
She's crazy. I'm a tiny bit obsessed, I feel like. She's crazy. Like, kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anywho. Crazy. Do some crafts.
Bitches. Pie will kill you finally.
All right, people. We're getting close to the end of our journey here.
Or are we still talking?
Yeah, I'm still talking.
Go ahead.
Okay. I said ciao like 10 times.
Anywho, I was just gonna say, drink up.
You have craft to do.
Ciao.
Ciao da.
Clams.